What's going on, Spurs fans? I'm the masked Spurs Nation 87, and I am back after a few weeks. So here's the deal. I'm finally making a Spurs video today. It's gonna be about the Spurs and Cavs, but before I get to that, just want to let y'all guys know that I haven't been able to do them because, you know, with work, getting my apartment situated, as y'all know, as the way the wall looks, and then spending time with my wife, and just trying to just do what I can to being the man that I am, doing what I gotta do. And before I get to my video, before I get to talking about last night's game, I want to send a huge shout out to the Spurs Fan Cave, to Spurs Phenom, Joe Garcia, and Martin Dominguez. Hey, you guys are awesome, man. I did a podcast with y'all. I've done a show with y'all. Hey, it's awesome, you know, being on somebody else's show. I mean, it's a complete honor doing a Spurs show and a podcast with you guys. You're one of the most craziest Spurs fans that I know, and hopefully we can hang out more and do more videos and podcasts with y'all. You guys are awesome, and go Spurs, go. Anyway, let's get to talking to the Spurs basketball from last night's game against the Cavs. Now, that was a very good game last night. Unbelievable. I mean, the Spurs did everything. I mean, they played their asses off. They played with heart. They played with passion. I mean, they played with very deep heart inside them. Very good game of the Spurs last night. Let's get into some stats before I'll tell you about the details about the game. Kawhi Leonard had a damn good game, a near triple-double for him with 24 points, 9 rebounds. What else do you have? 7 assists. And oh man, what was the steal? I think he had one steal and it was a steal and a block. Tony Parker had a damn good game, playing at an MVP level with 31 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and then with the steal. Duncan damn nearly had a triple-double himself, his second one for the season. He had 18 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and 4 block shots. Damn good defensive performance by Duncan. And then Danny Green, man, a monster defensive performance by him. But his scoring was just as good, with 24 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 2 steals. A great, damn good defensive performance and an offensive performance by Danny Green. Way to go, guys. So that's pretty much our Spurs, who scored in double figures. But man, the minutes they played, oh man, they looked pretty fatigued last night after what I saw. Because Kawhi Leonard played 44 minutes, Parker played 43 minutes, Duncan was 42 minutes, Danny Green had played 36 minutes, and then Thiago Splitter was at 22 minutes, DL was at 24, Bellini was at 22. But the other scores were Splitter and DL with 9 points, and then Mills with 6, and then Bellinelli with 5. Well, I just really don't understand why was it that Pop didn't play Corey Joseph that much, and he didn't play Patty Mills that much. Yes, Parker's a good scorer, but he's not a good defender. I don't know why the hell that he didn't play Corey Joseph and Patty Mills more. They're more decent defenders than Parker is. I'm sorry. I'm not talking trash about Parker, but it's true. Now, it's good to finally see Parker back in his MVP form after a horrendous, disappointing road trip. I mean, oh man, I was pissed off. But you know what? It's just one of these years for the Spurs, and it's rare that they have a year like this. It's very, very rare. But I mean, it's only just because this team has been dealing with injuries, and the fact of that is that with this Spurs team, how the way they've had been going with dealing with injuries, the one reason why they haven't really been playing like themselves as of late is because with everyone who came back with Thiago Splitter's mysterious calf injury, and then Tony Parker's hamstring injury that he's been dealing with pretty much for the past year, and then Kawhi Leonard with the pink eye that he had, and pretty much like with the messed up with the injured hand, and what else? And then at times, shit, Bellinelli's been racked like about 2 times this season. I'm like, damn, what the hell was with everyone hitting on Bellinelli's area? You know, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, but I guess the ones who've been hitting Bellinelli in his area are just nothing but a bunch of bitches. So what'd you expect? Anyway, well, pretty much that's why the Spurs have been losing as of late. It's not because that they're not a good team. It's just because with when they were dealing with injuries, their entire chemistry, the team chemistry was just completely thrown off. So with everyone, like I said, it was kind of, especially Patty Mills from his right shoulder rotator cuff surgery. I mean, with them being all back, you know, it was taking them a while for them to get back into rhythm. But now they're finally back in rhythm. I mean, they were slowly getting back in the rhythm when they were on that 6-game winning streak, and then after when they beat the Bulls, I think I was like, you know what, they're back. Especially Tony Parker's game against the Bulls. Oh, that was beautiful. Just ripping through the Bulls defense like tissue paper. Just unfreaking believable. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into the Spurs-Cavs game. Now, in that game last night, I mean, the Spurs team, you know, they played phenomenal last night. Parker was doing everything he could to score. Yeah, I think he was doing a little bit too much, but other than that, I mean, you know, he's trying to do what he can to get back into his rhythm, and to stay in that rhythm come towards playoff time. Especially Kawhi Leonard, who's trying to get better, and he's already had this was his 6th straight game where he's scored 20 points or more. That's a good record for him. And you know, the one thing that as to why the Spurs lost and the Cavs did not win, okay, the Cavs did not win because the Spurs lost, was because of the free throws. 18 of 27, that's inexcusable. There's no excuse for that at all. And I know I saw on Spurs.com that Kawhi Leonard pretty much took the blame because he didn't, you know, make his free throws. But I mean, come on, man, you can't really do all the work. I mean, everyone has to make the free throws. You know, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Boris DL. You know, everyone has to make the free throws, man. So there's no need to blame it on you. I mean, hey, it's like what they say. Shit happens. Learn from your mistakes. Move on. Forget it. Put it behind you. It's in the past. So screw it. But the one guy you got to give props to is Kyrie Irving. He damn near killed the Spurs last night. I don't like the Cavs, but it's true. I mean, 57 points, 57 unanswered points. That's ridiculous. And you know what? This Cavs team is not that impressive to me. They're not that impressive. They don't have no chemistry. They don't have a system like the Spurs do. Because it's all just LeBron and Kyrie. Now, any of those guys are out. Any of those 2 guys are out. It don't matter which one of them. This Cavs team is going to struggle, and they're going to lose games. and it takes more than just Kevin Love to score. It takes more than just J.R. Smith to score. It's going to take more than Iman Shumpert to score. So I'm not worried about this Cavs team. I'm not. But it took 57 points. Kyrie Irving's 57 points just to beat the Spurs only by 3. They should have easily bought the Spurs, and they didn't. And that just proves that this Cavs team is just all hype. So the Spurs are 40-24 this season, but you know what? It's all good. I'm not worried about it. The Spurs team is back. They're healthy. They got their chemistry back. They're back in rhythm. Everything's going their way as of right now. And as long as they keep this up, they're going to make another deep playoff run. Mark my words, and in the words of Roman Reigns, believe that. So I will see y'all guys hopefully soon, making another video. Good to be back on my channel talking Spurs basketball with you guys. And once again, another big a big shout out to the Spurs Fan Cave, to Spurs Phenom Robert Munoz, Joe Garcia, and Martin Dominguez. Hopefully we can do this again. We can do another show on a podcast soon, guys. It was great. It's really awesome training with you guys, and again, you guys are one of the most craziest Spurs fans that I've met, other than my wife. So I will see y'all guys soon. Hey, keep your spirits up, Spurs fans. There's nothing to worry about. I've got my hopes up, and I'm never losing faith in my silver and black. And by the way, there's something I want to show you all before I leave. This new mask I have. I detailed it all by myself, but my wife came up with the idea of how the mask should be done. So this is my new Spurs mask. I hope y'all like it, because this is the way. This is how I show my spirit for my silver and black. And you made it yourself. I made it all by myself. I detailed it. Like I said, I couldn't be able to have done this without the help of my wife that I love so much. So I will see y'all once again. I'll see y'all guys soon. And until then, go Spurs! Go!